Hey guys, so this is going to be an update video on pretty much just updating you on what's been going on. I have been sick yet again, so needless to say, I'm going to be working on adjusting my diet in order to become more immune to the viruses and the germs down here, because apparently my transition from the north to the south has really taken its toll on my immune system. And I have been sick quite a bit this year. And not only that, but I am going to be changing the name of my group on Facebook, the Dragon's Den, to something a little more broad-based. I haven't fully figured it out yet, but basically it's a reflection of the spiritual changes happening within me. I'm still your Draconic witch. I still work with my dragons. I still talk to my primary guardian. That's not going to leave me. That's not going to change me. But basically, when it comes to the Draconic path, yes, if you still have questions, I will answer them. But of course, as before, keep in mind that it's going to be from my experiences. To not necessarily buy any sort of book whatsoever. It's from my own knowledge and wisdom that I have gained over the years from my own personal experiences. But when it comes to the Draconic path, and I was talking to my primary guardian a couple of days ago, I was trying to do this video a couple of days ago, and I was way too nasally. It was pathetic. But, I have my foundation of paganism and Wicca, and the Draconic path has kind of been layered on top of that and kind of presses that down, kind of like compresses it in order to kind of like slightly mix and merge, but also have its own layer. So then it's kind of like another step forward within my own spiritual journey. You're always going to keep growing. You're always going to keep learning. You're never going to stay the same. Never. Sorry. Something inside of you is going to spark, and it's going to tell you, hey, this is great. This is working, but we need to learn something different. We need to learn something more. We need to learn. We need to grow. Because of the fact that you're never going to stop learning. You are never going to stop growing. The day you stop learning and growing is the day you become stagnant. And that is the day where you become spiritually numb. And quite honestly, I go along with what my spirit tells me in order to do. I have pretty much always been that way. The cat's having a fit. I have pretty much been pagan pretty much my whole entire life. Yes, I did the Sunday school when I was a child, but it didn't really work out for me, I've basically always been different. And the cat's getting into the window. But I'm not going to be redoing this video again. But I have always been different, spiritually. And part of that, I believe, is me being a shapeshifter. Yes, I can relate to many different, belief systems. But I have to go with what feels right. I have to go with what my spirit tells me in order to do, basically. You know, it has this spark of passion, and it's like, okay, well, is this true, or is it just phase? You know, I kind of give that little leeway time. And if it fades and kind of like goes away, then it's like, okay, well, you know, apparently that was a phase. But if it keeps on coming back, then it's something that my soul is telling me in order to do. It's something that it wants to learn or get back to. Whole story behind that. If you don't understand that, I have a video on a certain topic, well, more like a question that I had. I will link that below. But, I have asked the members within the group, not a whole lot of members, but I have asked them for their opinion, because their opinion matters. And they had pretty much just voted on changing the name. So that's what I'm going to be doing. As of late, I was kind of hesitant in order to even mention this, but when it comes to anything that I am, anything that I want to research, anything that I want to practice, study, it seems as though there is very little information on what I am interested in, such as, you know, the Draconic path, me being a shapeshifter. To those of you who don't know what a shapeshifter is, it's a part of a soul group. I'm not talking about shamanism. Talking about the soul group. You can find out a little bit more about that in my introduction to the Soul Seekers collab channel. But as of late, and really throughout the years, but it has continually come back. I have been interested in Avalon, and not the fictional story of Avalon. I mean the actual spiritual place, and maybe even, of course, you're not really going to know exactly the practices that were done within Avalon. But not really the fictional stories, but kind of like the myths surrounding that. Hi! I would kind of like to learn and study, but when it comes to the Avalonian path, there isn't a whole lot of information. There is... Sorry, I feel like I'm about to sneeze. There is a page, Sisters of Avalon. I believe it's .com. They are not accepting members until fall of this year, and their price is it's relatively cheap. It's $36 a year. And then there was another site that I stumbled upon. I believe it was called Awakening Avalon, and it sounded absolutely fantastic. They have a 3-year program, but it was $4,500 a year. A year. Quite honestly, if I'm going to dish out that type of money, I'm going to use it on bills, anything that I need for the house, anything I need in, of course, groceries are a part of the house. Taking care of myself, taking care of my loved ones, my pet. Quite honestly, if I'm going to do that, I might as well go out and find a coven. Because they're not going to charge you something like that. They're not going to ask that of you. I don't know. I saw that and it's like, well, this sounds fantastic. And then I got down to the price and it's like, oh my goddess! It's kind of like, you know, Raven Knight's song is saying, "Oh my stars." It's like, holy fuck shit, a cactus. Don't ask me about that. It's an inside joke between me and Kyle. That's kind of like a bigger saying than, you know, "Oh my god." So, I need to trim his nails. They're like really long and sharp and pointy. But other things that have been going on other than me being sick, group changes, spiritual growth, back up north, I had purchased herbs back in May. Unfortunately, I did not bring them with me, so sometime soon I will be purchasing some more. Lavender, chamomile, rosemary. Quite honestly, rosemary is pretty damn cheap. And some other fun stuff, echinacea, in order to boost my immune system. Ow, that is my finger. He's hugging my finger with his claws. And just some other stuff in order to, get me back into, you know, I'm not fully into herbs, but it is something that I would like to learn due to the fact that pretty much I'm sick and tired of getting sick and tired. You know, I go throughout the day, I'm fatigued. Every other week it seems like I'm getting sick. And quite honestly, it's not trying to be part of a fad, it's my health. Because I don't know, I want to physically feel normal again. You know, being normal any other way is vastly overrated. And yes, that is part of quote from Practical Magick, but technically it's true. Another update is I have over 200 subscribers. It only took me like 8 months in order to do so from my first 100. So, yay for that! Yes, that makes me happy. I did purchase some, a few stones, from Lindley. Got Kyle and Black Obsidian, Palm Stone, it's really big. And then I got, Labradorite. I got, Black Moonstone, which I only have one of, and it's this small, itty-bitty, teeny little thing. And that's, the one that I have is, good size. And then got a selenite wand. I've been wanting a crystal wand for a while. Not tonight, but eventually I will end up doing that that video in order to thank her. We didn't end up getting it. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you sooner, Lindley. I've just been sick and working and yeah. But that is, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm being distracted by my cat because he's falling asleep on my lap. Oh! One other thing. I almost completely forgot. I might end up doing a separate video in order to further explain this, but basically what I'm going to be doing is starting on Ostara. I am going to be, it's basically a goddess project. I'm going to be focusing on the goddess for a month. As I said, I'm going to be doing a separate video in order to describe that, or give details on what exactly I'm going to be doing. Probably a short 5-minute video. explaining it. But, yeah, fun times. So, thank you for watching, and God bless. Have a nice night.